What's up, guys? Welcome to Last Week in the NFL, the Super Bowl. The season is officially over, and I mean, it was a great final game. It was everything we could have expected. Way better than last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
That is, good in itself because that was one of the worst Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, it was an amazing game. The Chiefs pulled off a pretty improbable 9-minute left in the fourth quarter, down 10 comeback to end up winning by actually 11, which definitely makes this game look. It makes it look like the 49ers didn't play as good as they did.
Yeah.
But you obviously thought the 49ers were going to win. You had some money on the 49ers.
I did.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I think that in the second half, they kind of stepped off the gas when they went up 20-10. I thought Kyle Shanahan was just trying to get out of that game with the win at that point. And then first half, clock management, too, to end the half was really questionable as well. They could have came away with some points there to go up at halftime, and obviously that didn't end up happening. But yeah, a little disappointing for me, but it was a really good game though overall.
No, yeah, and that's my thing too. Back to what you were saying about like right before the half is that you're playing the Chiefs and the last year's MVP, 55 touchdowns. You know they can score their points. And to go like ultra conservative right there before the end of the first half, it almost made it seem like he was kind of scared. He was kind of like, oh, okay, like it's 10-10 at half, like let's just go in with that. Like,
yeah, I mean they get a defensive stop at around like I think the 2-minute mark, in the first half, or maybe a little bit less than that.
140.
Yeah, like something in that, and then just keep letting the clock run. They have all 3 timeouts, mind you, so they could have wasted a timeout, gotten the ball back, and then tried to slow the clock or run the clock down, I guess. But they just let the clock run out. I don't think they used a single timeout that entire drive, or maybe one.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got like 15 yards with like 20 seconds left, and they tried to then hurry it up.
They got a big run play.
It was weird.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with how they handled that, but I mean they got the ball going into the second half too, so it was like you could have at least gotten yourself in the field goal range, get a field goal.
Yeah,
and then,
it's like, and that's an opportunity you have to take advantage of.
Yeah, especially with a team like the Chiefs that has the ability to score quickly. You know?
But he was so scared of giving it right back to Patrick Mahomes and then going down in the half, even though there's only 1:38 left.
Yeah,
but I mean I can't come up with another reason why after the Chiefs get stopped on that third down, you don't take the timeout.
No,
because
I agree.
You would have had, I think it was 137-ish, 138.
Yeah,
that if they just would have taken the timeout, the punt takes 10 seconds. Now you're, 40 yards from field goal range, maybe 45, with 1:20 and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
It's like that is such a fine scenario that, in a regular, like let's say the 49ers are playing the Rams in San Francisco or whatever, you're telling me they go into the half right there, 10-10, like no, they don't. They would have gone and tried to get more points, but it was the Super Bowl, and Kyle Shanahan, I think, he was a little scared of this Chiefs offense, and I mean obviously they ended up going up 20-10, so this wasn't like an ultimate blunder, but to go in up halftime and to show that, faith in, maybe Jimmy G gets some confidence on that last drive, maybe he hits a big play to Kittle or something, like, he didn't even really let him throw the ball like that either. I think he threw like a dump off to one of his running backs or something. He got a bunch of yards, so it's like, I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. And then, as you said, they were up 20-10, and they end up losing 31-20. And I mean, that's just kind of Patrick Mahomes just being great. That's just Patrick Mahomes being the best player in the league right now. And when it's all said and done, who knows? Because he's under 25 years old. He has a Super Bowl MVP and a MVP, only guy to ever do that. And I mean, he took over this game. He won this game, and he showed why, at the end of the day, the quarterback is the most important position, and it is not really close.
Yeah.
Defense does win championships. The 49ers were here because of their defense. They were winning in the fourth quarter because of their defense, but when it came down to it, just a superior talent ended up coming through. Because, as I said, 21 points in about, 6 minutes, I think, because they were up. Because obviously the 49ers got the ball back with about 9 minutes left, up 10, and they didn't end up capitalizing. And that's kind of when the Chiefs' comeback started, and then, you blinked your eyes and the 49ers lost.
Yeah.
Damian Williams took off around that edge for that last touchdown, and you were like, wow.
That's it.
This is over. The Chiefs they actually just pulled that off, and as I said, out of nowhere. Kyle Shanahan's probably standing there what just happened? I thought I was about to win the Super Bowl for the second time. And it just gets ripped from under him. I mean, Kyle Shanahan has to feel weird right now. 49ers fans have to feel really weird right now.
That'd be so sick.
I mean, Mahomes we should just say he Mahomes them. That should be his own verb that we're going to know is when you get down 10 points in the fourth quarter and you're just like, all right, well,
no lead is safe.
All right, like, let's go score 21. Yeah. I mean, okay.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Warriors, too, being able to just, like, be down 20 points and then all of a sudden they're just up on you 15. You know, it's like, when did this happen? You know?
Yeah, it's Curry 3, Clay 3, and then bang, and now it's, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. It's like
exactly.
You just
can't throw Sammy Watkins
in
there. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
You got Damian Williams grinding out yards.
It's ridiculous.
Like Draymond.
Yeah.
But I mean, also back to Damian Williams. A lot of people were as good as Mahomes was, and he was a big reason for that comeback. A lot of people wanted Damian Williams to win the MVP.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was for good reason. He had a really good game. He outran Mostert, who is the guy everyone talked about. He went off in the NFC Championship. Over 100 yards, added a receiving touchdown too. I think ended up the receiving touchdown that put them over. Yeah, because he caught the receiving touchdown to give him the lead back, and then he took the run around the edge to seal it. But, I still think Mahomes should probably get the MVP. Mahomes started out really bad. He honestly just looked off for the first time in his career.
I feel like I've never seen him, look that off, you know what I'm saying?
Or,
he's throwing one right to a defender and then throwing it behind a receiver that ended up getting tipped up for another pick.
And it was the third throw of the game. He threw it just right into the dirt. I was like, what? I was like, what is happening here? I was like, you cannot be doing that today, Mahomes.
Yeah.
But he ended up, I guess he could, because he ended up turning around. He didn't have an amazing game, but as I said, he made the plays you needed to make. Yeah. Can we go back to what was it? 3rd and 15. Chiefs are down by 10. Their own 40-ish yard line right around midfield. Mahomes drops back 10 steps and just flings it, and you see Tyreek Hill. That was the changing point of the game. Yeah. That was when it was like, oh gosh, these guys aren't dead. This is still the 49ers cannot just coast to the victory here.
There was so many 3rd and long situations too. He would just bail them out of.
Yeah.
He would pick apart their zone coverages. I could just tell when he would just drop it right in between the two zones.
Yeah, and
what are you supposed to do about that?
And I mentioned how good this 49ers defense was, how it was the reason that they got to the Super Bowl. And they didn't play bad.
No.
Nick Bosa was winning every single rep.
He was terrorizing.
He was not losing. It was just if Mahomes got away / got the ball out before he got there. It was every play. It seemed like he was just immediately getting upfield and chasing it. It was pretty crazy. And then, obviously, the whole 49ers defense was flying around. They obviously made some good plays.
Oh, yeah, they were definitely getting some pressure on Mahomes.
Guy that I've somehow never heard of had a pick. So, Moore or whatever, I was like, I don't even know who that is. Yeah. And, this is a great defense. I feel like I would know. But, I don't know. At the end of the day, as I said, Patrick Mahomes got it done when it mattered. And credit to this Chiefs defense too, though.
Yeah.
They've
improved a lot over the last season.
And credit to the Chiefs front office. They went out after last year in the AFC Championship, and they were like, all right, listen, we have this guy in Mahomes, we have these offensive weapons, but the defense is what needs to get better. They get Frank Clark, they get Tyrann Mathieu, and Tyrann Mathieu didn't make a play in this game where I was like, oh wow, that was amazing. But I'm sure all the stuff he does, the little things, you
don't notice.
Yeah. You don't. When you go back on film, you'll see. But he didn't make a splash play necessarily.
Yeah.
And Frank Clark didn't make that many splash plays either. The guy on the Chiefs defense I noticed the most was Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Chris Jones was a problem. When Jimmy G was trying to throw, he had him in his face, hands up a lot.
He was big in slowing down Mostert too. I think he had 60 yards or something like that, 58, somewhere around there.
Yeah, Mostert
which is super uncharacteristic of him too.
Yeah, Mostert had 12 for 58. The fact that the 49ers only ran the ball, I think it was maybe under 20 times. Oh, no, 22 times. So 22 times for the 4, and 2 of those were Jimmy G. So that is obviously that's not a lot. The 49ers really didn't run that many plays of offense per se. Jimmy G threw it 31 times, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of that was just short passes, even though he did have a higher yards
play
per
action.
completion.
Yeah, he would dump them off. Kyle Juszczyk was kind of leading for MVP for me in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but Kyle Juszczyk gets in for that second TD. I don't know.
He might, yeah. And then I also really liked how, because when stuff wasn't working up the middle with him, they would do jet sweeps with Deebo Samuel come across that, and those would always, he'd break those out for a 10-yard gain, 8-yard gain, which would open up the middle again for them. But
Deebo was a problem. He had 8 touches for nearly 100 yards. Just finding a way to give him the ball and just let him run. Because he is fast and he is hard to tackle. People do not want to tackle him when he's running full speed. So obviously, great game by him. Jimmy G, for all the criticism for everything he got. I mean,
I think he played good enough. You know,
is
he
kind
put up
of
219 yards, which is not a lot, obviously, but I think at the end of the day, he put up more than he did in the NFC Championship game.
Well,
which is,
true.
yeah, but I don't know. I think he just made the right decisions when they asked him to throw the ball, and there wasn't really too many throws. Obviously, he had 2 interceptions, with one being at the end of the game to seal it, of course, when stuff was already out of reach. But I think overall he played a pretty solid game.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing is that Jimmy G didn't go out and win them this game, but he didn't really lose them this game either. As I said, I don't even really know what lost the 49ers this game. As it was almost just like as I said, it was just
conservatism.
Yeah. They
needed at the end of the game.
They needed to keep pushing even when it looked like they didn't need to. You know, they needed to keep being aggressive.
I wouldn't have been comfortable with a 10-point lead on them. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel comfortable.
The other 2 teams in the playoffs literally were beating them by 10 points.
I know you have the best defense in the NFL, but like, come on.
I mean,
it's Patrick Mahomes.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
At the end of the day, you saw what he did to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Why would you not be nervous with a 10-point lead? Or at least not be like, okay, now I can settle down. You know?
You couldn't have... I don't know if they got comfortable. I have to assume
I would
they
hope
didn't.
Not.
But it kind of... As I said...
It felt like it, though.
It kind of did feel like it, where... I mean, the 49ers in the fourth quarter just did nothing on offense. Yeah. Like, I don't know how many first downs they got. 1, 2? I mean, they were content with running it 3 times, wasting 2-3 minutes of the clock, and punting it back. And you can't do that versus Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, it really felt like they were just trying to run out the clock as soon as the fourth quarter started, dude. I was like, we're really trying to do this already.
I mean, they were trying to run out the clock in the first half.
Yeah.
The game was tied, and they were trying to run out the clock.
Oh, man.
But I don't really know. Obviously, the Chiefs were the favorites in this game. I took the Chiefs. You took the Niners. Yeah. So, all in all, you went completely even on your betting this year, 20-20.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty good, I guess.
Solid.
And then I went... I don't know. I won't talk about it. Like 15, 22, and 3 or something like that. I somehow had 3 pushes. You had 0. So, I mean, that's
I'm
just
the betting champ, apparently.
I guess so. So that's pretty tough, but I'll take the Super Bowl. I mean, I'll take getting that right. And then also, side note, I took the over for this game, and I needed 3 more points for it to hit. And Jimmy G threw that pick instead of backdoor covering. So thanks, Jimmy G. You couldn't even throw me a bone. I mean, couldn't even help me out a little bit, but. I mean, honestly, I'm just I haven't even mentioned this yet. I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, and obviously they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I feel pretty good about that. I said the MVP would be Mahomes, and it was Mahomes. So probably also why I think he deserves it over Damian Williams.
Yeah.
But overall, next year, Chiefs favorites again.
I mean, I wouldn't see any reason not to.
I agree.
Put them there at the beginning.
I think the Ravens, and the Niners will probably have the top 3 odds again. But I don't know if we'll see the Niners play the way they played this year.
I feel like they could potentially face like a regression, especially offensively. It depends on who they have to re-sign and everything coming off season. But we'll see.
Yeah, because 2 years ago we had Jaguars with a pretty average QB, really great defense, some okay weapons. They go 13-3 or whatever. They went 12-4 or whatever. They fall off. Then you have the Bears, average QB, really good defense, okay weapons. They go to the playoffs, lose on a double doink. Should have gone to the next round. I mean, the Jaguars made it to the AFC Championship. The Bears should have won that game, and then we saw what happened this year. Just garbage. Mitch looked like crap. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but
the potential's there. History has shown.
Yeah, would I be shocked if we saw some regression? No, but the main reason I don't think it's going to happen in the same capacity is because I do believe that Jimmy G is better than Blake Bortles and Mitch Trubisky.
I do too.
I do believe that. I hope that's true. I mean, he hasn't really...
if you sit under Brady for that long and you're not actually that good...
if he's actually not as good as those guys, the Niners are in trouble. But also, complete side note, again, the Niners could just get out of his deal this year. If the Niners have like a... If they could cut him, or not maybe cut him, but maybe just not re-sign him or like let him walk, and they would just they're good now. I think maybe it was like a team option. I don't even know if they have team options like that, but like I think they're gonna bring him back. I don't
think so. After getting him there, I think they would.
I agree. Unless Kyle Shanahan is like, gosh, I'm really like I gotta protect this guy. You know what I mean? Like we don't know what his thought process is. He might have been like, gosh, Jimmy's got to throw 31 times this game. We'll see. You know, like we'll see if we can get it done. So I don't know what his level of confidence is, but I'm sure we'll see both these teams in the playoffs next year.
I would assume both of them would make it. I would expect both of them to make it.
That NFC West is going to be tough.
It is.
Yeah,
the NFC is always tough.
The Chiefs are chilling. I'm not scared of the Broncos, Raiders, or Chargers. I mean, that's they will be back in the playoffs. But the Niners might have missed their window a little bit.
They might have. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the Rams can rebound.
Yeah, the Rams will be coming back next year.
Obviously are always a threat.
Yeah, no, I'd probably. We got free agency in the draft and stuff, but Seattle.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
I think Seattle's in for a big year next year.
I agree.
Little extra prediction for you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, with that's pretty much it. As I said, the season is officially over. Pretty weird, but the draft is already coming up in like 2.5 months ish.
Yeah, I got the combine I think this month, right?
Dang. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's already upon us. But with that, guys, we will be probably early next week. We'll be back with our season recap. We'll look at all our predictions. I already know I got Offensive Rookie of the Year right with Kyler Murray. We'll see if I got anything else right. If you got anything right, I have no clue.
I don't think so.
But we'll do a final look at all that. But until then, we will see you guys.
We'll see you guys.
And be sure to like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.